and I'm on page 10. I finished, well, I say finished. I did these first two panels, and I did the balloonses, and now I'm doing this bit here. Shout, shout out to, who's my new subscriber? I'm a new subscriber to her. Let's see. Lizello Art. Said she didn't realize that your iPad needed to wear something. Yeah, I put paper like screen protector. It's because when I first got this thing, I was, it's a huge purchase for me, and I was really paranoid about, well, I don't want anything to happen to it. And then I read about this um, screen protector that was a paper texture, and it really is. So if you listen closely, it actually makes like a paper sound even when you draw on it. And then over the years, and I say over the years, during the lockdown period of 2020, I think I replaced it once then, and then I replaced it once afterwards. And then I had a couple of the extras, like kind of lying around, extra screen protectors. And as things would wear down, I would kind of put them on, but I didn't do a very good job of installing them. So finally, I got another one from scratch and installed it, and that was a good idea. This time I actually worked to get all the bubbles out, and before there was all kinds of dust and stuff everywhere. So now it's in better shape. I thought it'd be funny to do like a product endorsement, but I'm not actually endorsing or sponsored by anybody, but I would do like have you ever had common situation happen to you? Well, then you need product. Thankfully, with new product, you can experience, whatever. I didn't end up doing that, other than the bit I just did just now. Okay, wait, whoops. That's not a good line. Look how thick that line came out. How about that line? And that line. That's a little bit better. Also shout out to Rocket Ship Evan, the great Rocket Ship Evan, who's hopefully maybe going to do some comics soon, or at least do some development for something I'm looking forward to. I'm still going over stuff from him that I work with him on and didn't work with him on in previous years and learning stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there to figure out. Okay, don't do the texture before you finish the figure, Peter. Whoa. These are feather fingers. If you go to TV tropes and look up feather fingers, um, it's a convenient way to figure out hands for flying for winged anthropomorphic characters that Disney would do. So it's a Disney thing. Feather figures. And Balin is turning out to be a very funny character. If I do it like this, it looks like he's kind of like trying to get behind Balin, right? I mean, trying to get behind Perseus here. And why is he so scared? It looks as if he's seen a ghost, right? Which he has. This is supposed to be tears, but I don't know if I can pull it off. I don't think it's really working. And I keep wanting to make like the rat fink nose. That's the rat nose I've decided on. It's kind of a split Y. I mean, of all the ways you could possibly draw a rat. These guys are kind of like the Abbott and Costello comedic characters. They're out of their depth. How do you do that? I'm gonna have to get that Byrne Hogarth clothing folds book because I want him to. He's getting behind him, so that's supposed to be like a. There should be like a wrinkle in his sleeve. I think we're just gonna go as far as we did and just hope for the best. Having them angled backwards is probably a good call. Let's take a look without pencil lines. Actually, it looks pretty good without pencil lines, tell you what. If the forms, like if the shapes and the volumes and all that stuff are there, and the silhouettes are there, you're most of the way home. I used to think, well, you gotta have everything really detailed, and that's not the case. In this case, the detail is just these texture on the chainmail. And this kind of shading. That's feeling good. Okay, that's got my. I want the the Disney comics look to it. Although we're using it to tell a D&D type story. Do you think both of them should be going, yeah, like they're both scared? They could share. That's a good idea, actually. Let's do this in bold italic, and then we'll put it in so that they both share the speech bubble, like they're both yelling it out. Um, I don't know if this was a great choice I made here. Hang on. I've got this panel pretty much split by the dialogue. They're on one side, dialogue. He's on the other. And I think the flow is right. They're scared. We hear the voice of Alkabetz, and then we see him, and he's in his undead or ghost-like state. Oops. But he's not super disturbing. Like I didn't want to make him like horrifying. One of the reasons he, um, like I wanted to have a point where he even says, I could stay around longer, but I don't have any interest in becoming undead. He says, I've only got a little time in this energy form now. I was even going to make a plot point at one point that he had 24 hours and he had to go inside the staff or something so he can make like a reappearance at the end. But I have to admit, I kind of like the design of Ghostly Alkabetz almost more than I like the original design. Like I like these eyes because he already looked kind of creepy. He would do these kind of empty eye hole looking things when he used magic or teleported. All right, here we go. Nope, I didn't think so. That was stupid. It was right there. And it's right here, and it's right here, here. Let's try again. I could even do it. I'm going to take it back out. Rather than have it as solid black, we could select that area and use one of the blowout shaders, which is almost black, but with some white noise in there. And then he's got kind of an eerie glow around him. So if I use the solid black, I think it would kind of ground him a little bit too much in reality. Anyways, that's my thinking on this. Also, because he's just a ghostly form now, I'm not gonna do shadows the same way. Like I could do the shadow on the inside of the mouth, that would be normal. And it's still a possibility that I'll do it. But having it reversed might be kind of a cool idea too. Just having like there's light from the inside. Affecting my design sense anyway. I ran out of room on these lines. He says don't bother, I didn't make it. The runes are too powerful, and I've just got a little time left. Um, and I think I can probably still do this on the next page. I think we still have to have that hero's journey moment where they refuse the quest. I still need you boys to do one last thing. There has to be like a moment when they kind of refuse to or hesitate. And he's going to tell them that I've got hexes on my study that'll send this whole place um, up in flames in 24 hours. Your best bet is to leave now. Here we get a full view of him, sort of. And we see the two artifacts, the staff and the shield, kind of rising up out of the wreckage telekinetically. Here's my one question. Let's go back to the pencil layer. A lot of times when you have a foreground shot like this, you can actually go extreme. Like you can go, whoop. I think I will. Although I think that the Balin is not going to look good if I do that. If I do it like this. How about that? That seems to work, but the ear's wrong. Still got problems with the shape. How do you get this shape in from behind? It seems to work. Okay. Let's push this figure a little bit further back and upwards. Maybe even make him a bit smaller. And these eyes, let's see. Something more like that. I'm going to do some more Espruar runes. On his cloak, but I think that we're going to have to say something different. And him being a bird, he has the same feather fingers, but I wonder if I should make them bones now. I don't know. Makes me wonder. I'm only at 20 minutes, so let's go ahead and start. All right, get back into the ink layer. Let's start with Perseus. They're both upset about it. Let's see. Give me just a little bit of pump of line weight. Line weight was not doing us any favors. This is a bad line. I'm looking at it and there's no tapers to it. What's a better line? All right. Let's go with our next guy. He should be behind. I'm going to end up having all kinds of tangents, I can already tell. It's like I'm running into all kinds of problems here. Excuse me while I work this out. Oops. Angle them that way. What if we put Balin in the foreground? Move the wrinkles in his nose. I can imagine where his ears would be. I think this is about right, actually. Although we can't see his ears, that's the most easily identifying part about Balin. Well, that kind of tells it. Well, sometimes it's hard to figure out, but I think we got it here. All right. All right, here's the staff. It has this sort of glowing lump on the end. And then for Perseus, it's the shield of his aunt, his aunt. Supposed to be coming up out of the ground, out of the wreckage. All right, let's take a look. Kind of works. To the extent that we can hope. It feels like old animation. All right, now there's a somewhat pointless texture, but I'm going to put it in anyways. And that is, let's do it with a micronib. Micronibulus. Or the rusty nib, micronib. The wing shield has these feather scale things. And the side facing away from the light. Now we're going to assume the ghost is over here and the ghost is casting the light. So that means this side of the, oops, of the thing with the stuff. Gets the texture. All right. And I'll continue to texture that up. But we're at 30 minutes. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, follow, and subscribe. There'll be more stuff. I'm going to finish this page and then put tones in it. And it goes on my Instagram, which is rabbitfighter13. This story will be published in the first issue of Silverball Quarterly, which I think is November. If I can get it out then. It's me doing all the stories. This will be the first one. I want to do something with robots as the other story. Second story. Just depends how many pages it goes in. I only want to do 32 pages per issue for Silverball. And for the rest of my stuff, you should be able to find it in the next 9-volt, which is 9-volt Adventures at Weight. I'm hoping to get this stuff going by June. I got to finish this Tarzan. I'm doing this Tarzan comic. And you can see I've gotten this open panel. But I got 2 more panels to do here. And probably, I originally planned this for 16 pages. This is page 7. It's probably going to go maybe to 9, maybe 10. Might go to 10. If you would like to get involved with the 9-volt anthology, please check out our Discord. This is the Adventures in Comic Making Discord, and we put out multiple volumes per year. That might go away as I start working on Silverball, which is just my solo stuff. But you would certainly be welcome. We have a critique channel. We have ArtShare. We have all kinds of places where you can improve your comic making skills. All right. Talk to you later.